Hi everyone, so welcome to my first YouTube video. My name's Gracie, I'm a makeup artist and this is the very first time that I've ever done YouTube, so I'm so nervous but at the same time so excited. Thank you so much for clicking on my channel. Please make sure you subscribe and like the video, comment, share it, do whatever you like. Let me know what you think and if you think I should carry on. I've really enjoyed filming this video today. I really love this look. So if you're interested in learning how to do it, just keep watching. Thank you all so much for your support. It means so much to me how far I've come in such a short time doing makeup artistry. A year ago I was awful and I am doing tutorials on YouTube. Little girls message me asking how they can become a YouTuber. It really warms my heart the support I've had from you all, and I am really glad to be starting this journey on YouTube. Right, so the first thing I do is my brows. So I always start with brows before the face because I think if I start my base first, then my face gets kind of all like slippery and hard to lean on when I want to do my brows, if that makes sense. First thing I do is I take my my Revolution brow pomade. This isn't really the brow pomade that I would usually use. I would usually use Freedom brow pomade. That's kind of why I said it by accident. So yeah, I would use my Freedom brow pomade. It's a great dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills and it's only £5, so it's my go-to for brows. But when I went into Superdrug a few weeks ago to get one for my kit, like in my shade, it'd run out. So the only thing I have in my shade at the minute is the Revolution. I'm taking that on my Spectrum A14 brush. It's just an angled brush. And I'm just taking the product on that to underline the brow. So when I underline my brow, I take it just a bit lower than the actual line of the brow, just so I can make my brow look extra thick where I only have sparse hairs. Can you see? I'm going to brush through with a spoolie brush. This is just a non-brand spoolie brush. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this W7 Queen of Brows brow gel. This is just to thicken up the hairs in my brow before we start actually filling them in. It gives a lot of dimension and volume to the brows that doesn't seem to already be there. So you just want to take that right through the brows. Make sure you brush the brows in the direction of growth as well so that they look pretty natural. I'm going to get my Spectrum brush again, just because I've had this brush for quite a while and the end's getting kind of frayed. So to make it really sharp, I'm just going to push like that. I'm getting a little bit of product on the end and I'm just going to push up from that line that I made up in the direction of the hairs. So I'm taking each individual hair with a little bit of product. I leave the front till last, till I've got the least product on my brush, just because we want to get that gradient look. So here you can see there's no actual hair as we've gone under the brow. I'm just going to make some false hairs there. So yeah, I just thickened up the arch, taking it along the brow. There we go. And you can see how that brow shape's been created. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the other side, and I'll speed that up so you don't have to watch again. So you can see I've filled both brows now and created a bit of an arch, but I'm not happy with them being pretty much even and exactly the same, so I'm going to go in with my concealer in just a second. The concealer I'm going to be using is MAC Select Cover Up, and it's really great as a base, not so great for actually covering spots. I wouldn't use it to actually cover spots. but it is a great eye base. So this is what I always use for the eye base. It's not a known brand flat brush. I think someone just got me it. Take it flat to the eye. And just take it right along the bottom of the brow to carve it and give a really like crisp cut. And I'm just covering the eye with that concealer. Ooh, I've got tons of it on the brush. And you're happy with the line, then you're just gonna make sure all that concealer is spread all over the eye, and you're gonna take another flat brush or even the exact same one. I just prefer this one because it's got a bigger surface area and I can be lazy and pat less. So we're just gonna pat right over the concealer to set it. This is a P. Louise technique. I've watched a lot of the P. Louise live videos and I'll link her website below. That's where I learned a lot of my technique, and it's so cheap and affordable to do a live course. You can buff out the edges with a clean blending brush. So this is usually something I would use on the eyes, but it works just as well for blending concealer. The next thing I'm going to do is my eyes. So the first shade I'm taking is Inglot. So this is in my little Freedom palette that I made myself at a beauty convention. Inglot isn't an English brand. They're based in Ireland, but they are absolutely amazing. I can't seem to get the magnet thing out at the minute, but I will leave the name of the colour below. It's this orange right here that I'm going to be taking first. So yeah, I'm just taking that right into the centre of the eye, putting all that product there first, and then blending it with like window wiper motions, side to side, across the eye. You can see the colour payoff is really good. That's because of that tacky base from the MAC Select Cover Up. Select Cover Up is being discontinued, but P. Louise is bringing out a base of their own that is going to be very similar to the Select Cover Up, obviously because P. Louise loved it, but also fixing some of the flaws in it, like how quickly it dries. So yeah, bye bye Select. So I'm just going to take this clean little MSQ brush and just blend over the edges here. So I'm just going to keep building that colour. The next colour I'm going to go in with is in Real Go. That's this colour here, this lovely orange, and that's going to be my second colour. So I'm taking that a little bit further down into the crease. Don't take it too high because you don't want to completely eliminate the first colour. You can see as well I've took it on a smaller brush, so it's still a big blending brush but it's not quite as big. This is because we don't need to cover such a big surface area and we want to control where the colour goes. And then I'm going to take the other MSQ brush and go in with that first Inglot shade. Again, just so we don't lose that bright orange. And then back in with just a touch more of the Real Go. And I'm going to repeat this a few times just to build that colour. So yeah, I'm just going to continue building the layers of Real Go and the orange shade. So we're back in with our concealer brush from before. We're going to get some more Select Cover Up in NW15, and I'm just going to take some more on the back of my hand. Oh, that was a lot. For that, coat both sides of my brush. You can't see this, but I'm going to lean on the table for support and pull my eye slightly so I can see where my natural crease falls. You can see that's a start. And then I'm just going to cut my crease. This takes a lot of practice, like a lot. I'm gonna just pat over it to set it, like I do with the other concealer. You've got to be a bit more careful with this though, because you don't want to drag the concealer up over the crease line. Tempera, is that how you say it? I don't know. So I'm gonna put this shade over the very centre, just to get it a bit whiter than the rest of the eye. Then I'm going to start with the lightest shade that I use, the orange, and that's just going to go here. So this is an ombre eye, so it's going to go on the lid first. Then I'm going to take Real Go again on the same brush, a bit further out. So that's going to go there. So the further out on the eye we get, the darker we'll go in and the more we're blending, where I cut the entire eye. So it's not so blended anymore, but it is barely visible. So now I've got my first shadows on. Before I darken that up, I'm just going to do the other eye. I'm going to take this shade from Inglot as well. Again, can't get them out, so I'll figure it out afterwards and I'll link them in the description. So the Inglot shades are really cheap actually, I think they're like £4 a shadow. I'm just going to put a tiny bit of that to start off with in the corner. This is in the very corner. And I'm going to use that same angled brush from before, the Spectrum brush, with my Maybelline 24-hour something eyeliner. And they don't lie when they say it's 24-hour. That stuff goes on your face. It is not budging without a makeup wipe. If the world ran out of makeup wipes today and never made any more, you would have that eyeliner stuck on your face. So the first thing I'm going to do is get a thin line right along the base of the eye, and then I can sort of find my shape. So it's pretty simple. We're just getting the lash line. Just make it a thick liner towards the end and blend it out. So yeah, I pinch this bit of my eye just to kind of give me some control and make sure I can actually see what I'm doing. Like, once we've got an even thick liner, I'm gonna just line the waterline with the same gel. Take a black shadow on the exact same brush. This is from the Naked Smoky Pal, just to press along your lash line when you've done an eyeliner to make it extra black. Then I'm going to take my little spectrum brush again, just to really control where the black goes, and push it. Push it either side to create a rounded shape, just along where the crease comes around the end of the eye. More concealer brush again, just because the precise line doesn't really matter this time. Pushing that concealer right up to the lash line to prepare for my under eye shadow. I'm just blending out those edges with this spectrum brush as well, this little one. This MSQ brush with the orange shade on it. And that's going to be first to go along the bottom of my eye. But I can blend her in the edges with this little MSQ brush, this little round one, just to keep that kind of round eye shape. The same brush again with Real Girl. I'm just taking that a bit closer to the lash line on my little spectrum brush again, and that's going to be the purple. So that's going to go right under my eye. So then I'm going to do my skin. It's the MAC Strobe, can't talk today, the MAC Strobe Cream in Peach Light. I'm going to take some MAC Prep and Prime, and I'm just going to put 1, 2 squirts of that on the back of my hand, mix them. Just going to place it all over my face. My forehead needs quite a lot of this because it's very hydrating, and I get really dry on my forehead, combination skin. I'm going to use the Maybelline New York HD 24-hour something. Pop 2 pumps of that with just a pump of this one. This is the Kiko Universal Fit. I'm going to mix them. And the HD foundation is really good on its own for combination skin. I'm just a little more dry today than oily. I'm just using this to apply my foundation, but I'm not using it to blend. I am going to use an MSQ brush. Yeah, I'm gonna pat. I'm not gonna do circular motions because that moves the foundation around in my face. Don't worry about the areas I've missed on my face with foundation as well. A lot of them I've purposely avoided, like my eye, underneath my eyes, underneath my brows, because I can go in with a smaller brush in a second just to get those areas without ruining all my hard work on my eyes and brows. And then this Real Techniques brush comes in useful for this bit. I'm just gonna pat a bit more foundation in these areas. struggle with. And then one more pat, pat, pat over with that big brush. But the main rule I remember with powder is it's for coverage, it isn't for mattifying. We want to leave the natural highlights of our skin. If that means you've got oily areas, avoid mattifying them. You're going to have bronzing powder on in a minute, you're going to have blush. That's matte enough. You don't want to take away from the areas that you actually do want to highlight. So here I could do a bit of coverage on my nose. The only exception I have for mattifying is the very sides of my nose, because I know no bronzing powder is going to go there. The blush I use is California from Benefit Cosmetics. It smells absolutely amazing. With the same brush I use for the powder, I'm just going to place that on the apples of my cheeks just below where I would highlight. We're in with MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Dark Tan. So this is a really great bronzer. It suits literally everyone. And I'm just going to pat, pat, pat before I blend anything. And remember we aren't blending yet, we're going to use a different brush for that. We're getting as much colour as we can on first before we go in to blend it. Circular motion with the Spectrum brush to blend that bronzer. Taking this Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Tip, which has been loved to death for the past year, and I'm taking the shade Marshmallow, which was is my all-time favourite shade, and I'm just going to take that. I'm going to look in the mirror for when my natural highlight falls, which is easier when you turn your face so the light hits it. I've got a ring light in my makeup studio, so it's a lot easier for me. You want to try and get somewhere that has a lot of natural lighting to do your makeup. It makes it a lot easier. You want it to fall in the right place so that it highlights your actual cheekbones, not so that it looks like you're trying too hard. The last thing I'm going to do is take this tiny little Real Techniques brush and just put a bit more marshmallow in my inner corner. I'm going to do my lips next. For this I'm going to use my Huda Beauty lipstick in Girlfriend, and I'm going to use this little lip brush. This is an known brand as well, someone got me. This is a Tanya Burr lip gloss. They smell great as well, really sweet. So that's just going to go straight over with the exact same brush. Right, so I did just put on lashes and do my mascara. I'm using this neat little spoolie trick to pick up bits of mascara that fell onto the face. So you use the spoolie once the mascara is dry to just push it off, and it doesn't ruin the face makeup. So anyway, the look is finally finished. I am absolutely made up. I finished my first YouTube video. I actually did it. I actually sat in front of the camera for an hour and like, I did a video. I'm really, really, really happy with this look. And I do really like it a lot more than the one I tried to film yesterday. That was a nightmare. It was just, no, I couldn't go into YouTube with that as my first video. That would have given me nightmares. Thank you for watching. I am absolutely made up. I'm also really happy with the response I've had from you all. I know I've probably already said this in the beginning, but I am so proud to call this channel mine, and to have started my own YouTube channel now is a really big achievement for me. Especially, I have over like 20 followers before I even start, and I know that sounds like nothing because there's people with like 1 million followers, but to me that's a lot considering I've never even posted a video, and that just shows how many of you actually follow me from the Snapchats and my Instagrams and stuff and support me. And I've had so many messages saying, when are you going to record a YouTube video? When did your YouTube video come? And I'm just absolutely made up. So thank you all so much. Please don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Leave any comments of any looks you'd like me to do. If you'd like me to do a video on the products that I use, my go-to products, my worst products that use lashes, different things. If you'd like me to do, I don't know, Q&As on being a makeup artist, I would like to do a Q&A video about how I got started. So if that's something you're interested in, leave a comment below. Like, share the video. I am absolutely ecstatic and I'm so proud to call you all my followers. Thank you so much for all your support. I'm really happy.